It's not a secret, I have said this many times here on my channel, I love 50mm lenses, and I got really excited when I finally managed to get my hands on this Sony 50mm f1.2 G Master. On paper, this is a perfect 50mm lens, one which in theory is the best 50mm money can buy for the full-frame Sony cameras. But is it? Is it really worth the very hefty price tag? In this video, I'll talk about its photography and video performance, build and features, value for money, and at the end, I'll give you my final thoughts and conclusion. So if you really like to know more and see what this lens really can do, stick around, don't skip, keep watching. Before I get into it, I must say huge thanks to UK Digital for getting this lens from Sony on a loan for me for this review. However, as always, I was not asked or paid by anyone to say anything specific about it, and this is my honest and 100% unbiased opinion about this lens. So is it good? It is obviously a stupid question. There is no hiding the fact that all G Master lenses are premium and superior quality, especially this new generation, new breed of them coming out right now. This is the only f1.2 wide aperture lens in Sony catalog right now, and one that is certainly very special. f1.2 aperture is not common. This is something reserved for only the best of the best premium and expensive lenses. I am not talking or comparing it to manual Chinese lenses with ultra wide apertures. There's quite few of them available. This is a different class, obviously. One lens that really hasn't got any competition from Sony or other brands for Sony E-mount cameras, not in 50mm focal range. In real life situations, it looks pretty much optically perfect to me. The sharpness is insane, corner to corner, even at f1.2. I have tried forcing it to display some chromatic aberration, the color fringing when shooting towards strong light sources, but I'm struggling to see it. Certainly so low that it is very hard to see. Very unusual and very good for this wide aperture lens. I wanted to say that there is no vignetting or pincushion visible, but there is very, very little when shooting wide open. However, I had to do some digging to actually say it. I use Lightroom Classic to edit my photos in, and Lightroom applies lens profile correction on import, fixing any visible problems with raw photos before I even start editing them. Saying that all those optical artifacts are way below average when comparing this to literally any other ultra-wide aperture lens. The flaring is also minimal, almost invisible. I tried to make it flare shooting towards the sun and just, yeah, very hard to see any bad looking flaring. I must talk about the bokeh. This ultra wide aperture is just perfect for separating your subject from your background. I really like that this lens, like a lot of other of the ultra expensive lenses, is not clinical. The bokeh is really creamy but full of that G Master slightly swirly character. But the shape or quality of blurred areas of image is subjective, and this particular look might not be to everyone's liking. I personally think that is very good. I do like it. The autofocus, just like with all current premium Sony lenses, is driven by extremely quiet, fast and accurate XD linear motors. This allows this lens to work extremely well, even in difficult lighting conditions. You can actually hear the focusing system moving inside when you tilt the lens. 50mm, for me personally, is the most versatile focal length when it comes to prime lenses. One that I could literally shoot every type of photography with without reaching for any other lens. Yes, I know that other photographers prefer 35s or 85mm lenses or zooms like 70 to 200 for portrait photography, but 50mm is so much more than a perfect portrait focal length in my opinion. It is perfect portrait focal length as well. The natural field of view that the 50mm creates makes it suitable for literally every other type of photography too. For video, this is a joy to shoot with. The AF works extremely well, shouldn't really be a surprise here. Even though a little heavy, it's not long, making it perfectly suitable for gimbal work and handheld shooting. Even though it is not stabilized, it works well in conjunction with my a7 IV's IBIS, so it will work very well with any stabilized camera. One thing that some of you might find a problem with is some visible focus breathing. Not unusual and something that will annoy the hell out of all the purists. I have been testing it on a7 IV, and with its focus breathing compensation function, this issue can be completely eliminated, but with a slight crop. Overall, this lens is an amazing video performer, and with that ultra wide aperture, one that is easier to chase that elusive cinematic look with. Builds, I can't say that it is a nifty 50. It's not. It is nice and chunky, but considering that it is a f1.2 aperture lens, it is reasonably sized. It weighs chunky 778 grams, which again, not particularly feather light, but it's not super heavy either. It is very well built, standard G Master build quality, all hard plastic, but everything is solid, well assembled and built to last. Two focus hold buttons that can be programmed to different functions via the camera. I use these to choose which eye camera focuses on, left or right, so I can press the button when I'm shooting to choose which eye camera focuses on. I find this most practical use for me. There's also standard auto manual focus switch and manual aperture ring. This can be set to auto, an aperture that can be controlled via the camera or manually by turning the aperture ring. This is clicked for those hardcore photographers, but it can be declicked with a switch on the lens for smooth aperture changes when filming. As I said before, there is no lens stabilization built in, but the lens is fully weather sealed. Note huge front glass element rocking respectful 72mm filter thread. The focus ring is really smooth, and Sony claims that it has linear focus control response. It kind of does, but it is still focused by wire lens with no hard stops. Okay to focus manually with, but it will never be linear focusing cinema lens. Value for money? It's not cheap at all. This lens retails here in UK for £2,100 or around $2,000 in US. You get a lot for your money though. This ultra wide aperture, only one Sony lens with an f1.2 aperture available right now, and one that can really deliver outstanding results. It's not a lens that you buy on a whim. It is a professional lens that would suit someone who is prominently shooting with 50mm focal length professionally. I just described myself then. I really want this lens, and I wish that it was a little bit cheaper for me, but it is very, very good. This could be the only 50mm you'd ever need, and one that would never disappoint you. So maybe it is great value for money. I think it is. Conclusion. This lens works extremely well, and nailing that 100% perfect focus on the eye or on your chosen focus point wide open at f1.2 is easy with it. It delivers superb color and contrast too, making it one of the best, if not the best lens that I have ever used. Certainly the best 50mm for sure. Certainly you get what you pay for here. Outstanding photo and video quality, incredible AF performance and built to last. I own quite few 50mm lenses. I have used many more over the years on all different brands of cameras, and I can honestly say that this one is the most exciting that I have ever shot with. Expensive, but maybe justifiable if you do photography or video for a living and you need the best 50mm as one of your main tools of the trade. I need it, for sure. I really like this lens a lot. And this is it from me. I hope this video was in some way entertaining or informative. If it was, please give me the thumbs up. Consider subscribing, follow me on Instagram, and yeah, thank you for watching. See you next time. I really like that this lens is like a lot of other of the ultra blah blah blah. Bam 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 bam. I can't even read. Two focus buttons, two focus hold buttons, and one that can really deliver outstanding result.